Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hamidan wa musalliyan amma ba'd. Honorable President of the program, distinguished judges, and here all, I would like to deliver a speech on the important topic global peace and Islam. Dear audience, today the world is persistently at fall in the trench of destruction and demolition. Crimes are present in various forms and aspects in the world, as robbery and thievery, extortion and corruption, fraud and murder, violence and abduction, brutality and adultery, and many others. Certainly, the world today at large is passing through a deep darkness of these heinous activities. The whole humanity is besieged and surrounded by these mighty and extreme problems. All the nations and civilizations, state and country, men and women are crying for peace and harmony, but it is nowhere to be found. The concept of real and true peace is missing us today. Dear brother in Islam, the desire for peace and cordial relation amongst the nation of the world led the formation of League of Nations in the early period of 20th century, but it failed miserably and ceased to exist after a few years because of utterly selfish and inhuman attitude of some of the member countries. Later, the yearning and longing for peace and amicability in international relations caused the installation of the UNO, United Nations Organization. But the world itself is an apparent witness that has also failed to achieve its goal and purpose. Now, a question arises in every mind which thinks of the world situation, and the same question turns to grief and anxiety knowing its existence. The question is, where to find real peace and harmony, and how to make this earth a beautiful and peaceful planet for all. Dear listeners, first of all, we should have a glance at the matter and search for the reason which eradicates the feeling of love and affection, amity and priority, and universal brotherhood from the hearts of people. Friends, peace, whether it is physical or mental, collective or individual, is missing because of injustice, cruelty, inequality, and racial distinction. Therefore, unless these anti-love factors are wiped out, the imagination of peace is impossible. The Quran says in Surah Nahl, chapter number 16, verse number 90, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. Allah commands to do justice and to be good and to give relative their due rights, forbids from shameless acts, evil deeds and transgression. He exhorts you so that you may receive admonition. The true justice is that every right holder must be given his or her due in full, and if the due goes properly to rightful holder, why should he violate? Thus peace will overspread at universal level, and the relation amongst people will be strengthened. Again, the Holy Quran addresses in Surah Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 135. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين بالقسط شهداء لله ولو على أنفسكم أو الوالدين والأقربين. In this verse, all the followers of Islam have been instructed to uphold justice and be true when appearing as witnesses, even if they have to bear witness against themselves, their parents or their kinsmen. While the earlier verse addresses all human beings, irrespective of their caste, creed, color, and religion, to maintain justice, the same message is repeated in Surah Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 58 and 105, Surah Ma'idah, verse number 8, Surah Al-A'raf, verse number 29, and in Surah Al-Hadid, verse number 25. The Quran says in Surah Hujurat, chapter number 49, verse number 30, يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. O mankind, we have created you from a single pair of male and female and made you into tribes and nations so that you may know each other. Verily, the most honored amongst you in the sight of Allah is one who is the most pious of you. Indeed, Allah is all knowing and all acquainted. The Quran says in Surah Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 1. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء. And there is a prophetic tradition. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, O people, remember that your Lord is one. An Arab has no superiority over a non-Arab, nor a non-Arab over an Arab, neither the black over a white, nor a white over a black, except by piety. You are created from Adam, and Adam was created from soil. All these ayahs and hadiths address not only Muslim community, but the entire humanity. The entire humanity is descended and progeny from the first couple, Adam and Eve. Dear audience, tribes, races, colors and nationality are only conventional labels by which we may know their special characteristics. In the sight of Allah, all the are one, and the most righteous is the most honorable. May Allah fill this world with peace and harmony, serenity and tranquility. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.